All right, let's dive into this, shall we?
Yeah.
We're talking Sheung Wan Serviced Apartments today.
Sounds good.
And, you sent me some really interesting options.
Wow.
And like I was saying before we got started, like everything from like super budget friendly to like,
Right.
wake up to views of Hong Kong Park luxury.
Yeah, it's pretty wild the variety you can find
It really is.
in just this one neighborhood.
So, for people who maybe haven't spent a ton of time in Hong Kong, what is it about Sheung Wan that makes it such a cool spot?
Oh man, Sheung Wan is like the perfect blend of old and new Hong Kong. You can be walking down a street and you pass like an ancient temple and then like a Michelin-starred restaurant like right next to each other.
Oh, wow.
It's just it's a
Yeah.
really
Real cool
cool.
mix.
Yeah, I mean, you're not just getting a place to stay, you're getting like this whole neighborhood that feels like, yeah, really authentic Hong Kong, right?
Yeah, for sure. All right. So speaking of places to stay, let's dive into these apartments.
Okay.
One that jumped out at me was Crimp Plus.
Oh yeah, Crib Plus is great,
Hotels and serviced apartments.
especially if you've got like a family or you're traveling for business,
Oh, nice.
They've got big apartments, so plenty of space.
Oh, nice.
And they even have like a restaurant right there, so you don't
That's so
have
cute.
to cook if you don't want to.
Yeah, especially with kids.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, because then you gotta like feed the kids and everything.
It's just one less thing to worry about,
Yeah, for sure.
you know?
And then for the business traveler, it's right by the ferry terminal.
Right. Super convenient.
Yeah, plus a fitness center.
Yeah, I gotta stay in shape.
Right.
Yeah,
Got to keep up with that routine.
for sure.
Also, I noticed they had free Wi-Fi and smart TVs,
Oh yeah, that's
which, these days
essential,
it's essential.
especially for business travelers. They've got to stay connected.
All right, cool. So, next on the list, I've got Weave Suites Central West.
Oh yeah, Weave Suites, that's a cool one.
Yeah. What's the vibe there?
It's very modern. They've
Yes.
got these like shared spaces so you can meet other people staying there,
Oh, that's interesting.
which is nice if you're there for a while or if you're traveling on your own.
Yeah, or just like, I don't know, if you want to
Right.
meet some people, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
It's like a built-in social network almost.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And they also have this like premium suite option if you want more space and a bit more luxury.
Okay.
But what I thought was really interesting is they really emphasize like flexible lease options.
Right.
So it seems like they're catering to both short and long stays.
Okay, cool. So you
Yeah.
can do like a month or
Yeah.
you can do like a year.
Exactly, however long you need.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we've got family friendly, we've got business oriented.
Yep. Are you ready to jump into luxury?
I'm always ready for luxury.
Okay. So, two big ones here: Four Seasons Place and Pacific Place Apartments.
Oh yeah, those are the top tier options for sure.
Okay. So what are we talking about here? Like, give me the rundown.
Okay. So Four Seasons Place, you're talking
Yeah.
stunning views of Hong Kong Park, Like imagine waking up to that every morning.
Yeah, that sounds pretty nice.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's all about that luxury experience.
Yeah, but that's got to come with a price tag, right?
Of course, of course. So studios start at like HK $55,000 a month.
Okay.
2 bedrooms, HK $120,000,
Yeah.
and then like 3 bedrooms, you're looking at HK $180,000 a month.
Okay. So
Yeah.
for some people,
Not for the budget traveler.
maybe not for the budget travel.
Exactly.
Okay. What about Pacific Place Apartments? How does that compare?
So Pacific Place Apartments, they're actually over in Admiralty.
Which is still a really great location, but it's a little closer to like the business districts and some of the like cultural landmarks.
Okay.
And they've also got those like spacious, luxurious apartments.
Right.
But the pricing is a little different. Studios there start at HK $80,000 a month.
Okay.
1 bedrooms from HK $100,000, and then 2 bedrooms from HK $120,000.
Okay. So still,
It's still luxury,
yeah,
but maybe a little easier on the
a
wallet.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So we've got family friendly business luxury. What about something a little
Right.
different, maybe a little more unique?
Oh, yeah, for sure. There are definitely some hidden gems in this list. Like the Luna, for example.
Okay.
It's all about space and natural light.
Yeah.
It's got this really tranquil and stylish vibe.
Nice.
And-
Is it still central?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's still in a really great location.
Okay. So you're not like
sacrificing convenience.
convenience at all.
Yeah, it's like a little oasis in the middle of the city.
I like that. A little oasis.
Yeah.
Okay. What else caught your eye in terms of places that are a little bit off the beaten path?
Rosewood Residences. Have you heard of that one?
I have heard of Rosewood, yeah.
Okay, so they're all about service,
Okay.
like really exceptional service. And the suites are designed to feel like a home away from home.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, like, even though it's luxury, you still get that kind of,
exactly.
like, comfy feeling.
Yeah, it's not like stuffy or anything. It's very welcoming.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I am curious about this one called Harborview Place.
Oh, yeah, the name kind of gives it away,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, it's in the name.
It's all about the views, like amazing views of Victoria Harbor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, imagine waking up to that every morning.
All right,
So pretty spectacular.
I mean, okay, I'm sold.
Yeah, right. But
But it's not just about the views.
they've got a great location, close to everything.
Okay.
And they have like a gym, a lounge, a reading room, all those nice amenities.
Sure.
But what people really rave about is the staff.
Okay.
They're like super attentive and friendly, really go above and beyond.
That's nice, that personal touch.
Yeah, exactly. It makes a big difference.
Okay, cool. What about Town Place S-Ho? This one seems to be all about location, location, location.
Yeah, that's a good one if you want to be in the heart of it all, for sure.
Okay.
They're right above this big entertainment complex on Kane Road.
Oh, okay.
So you're like steps away from everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they offer flexible stays too, short or long term.
Okay.
And, they've got all the modern amenities you'd expect, gym, pool.
And what's the pricing like there?
So for short stays, it starts at HK $33,000 a month.
Okay.
But for long term, you have to contact them directly.
Okay. A little bit of a mystery.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you want to be right in the middle of everything.
All right.
Cool.
It could be worth looking into.
Okay. Let's talk about the Staunton.
Okay.
What's that one like?
So the Staunton, it's all about convenience and comfort.
Okay.
It's in mid-levels, right next to the escalator.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's super easy to get up to the central business district.
Okay, so you don't have to deal with, like, taxis or the MTR during rush hour.
No need to stress about that.
Nice.
Yeah. And the design is really stylish,
Okay.
but also cozy. So they've managed to find that balance between
Yeah.
like practicality and aesthetics.
Cool, cool.
Uh.
This one, the Unit Soho, it just sounds like kind of trendy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely geared towards people who are into like that
Yeah.
stylish contemporary look. They have different size units, so it's good for like solo travelers
Okay.
or even families.
Okay.
But the location is really the key here.
Oh, where is it?
It's in Central, so you're right in the middle of all the action, like the nightlife,
Nice.
the restaurants, shopping, all of it.
Okay, so if you want to be like where it's all happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Or-
And they actually call it affordable luxury, which I think is interesting.
Okay. What does that mean price-wise?
Well, prices start at HK $20,000 a month,
Oh, okay.
which isn't bad for that location.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah. But they do mention that some of the smaller units might feel a bit cramped, especially if you're used to more space.
Right.
And, being in Central, you are going to get some city noise.
Right.
So
Right.
it's a trade-off.
Yeah. Some people love that city energy, though.
Oh, for sure.
Like, that's what they're there for.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So I feel like we've covered
We've covered a lot.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
Anything else about those apartments before we jump into, like,
Yeah.
the rest of Sheung Wan?
I think we've got a good overview of, like, the range of options.
Okay.
So we can move on to the next thing.
All right. Perfect. Because a deep dive into Sheung Wan would not be complete without talking about the food.
Oh, absolutely not. You can't talk about Sheung Wan without talking about the food.
Yeah. So what's the food scene like there? Like, what should people be excited about?
Oh, man. Sheung Wan is a food lover's paradise.
Okay.
I mean, you've got everything.
Okay.
You've got your, like, Michelin-starred restaurants.
Okay.
But then you've also got these, like, amazing street food stalls
Yeah.
that have been around for generations.
Right.
And then you've got, like, all the new trendy spots popping up all the time.
Yeah, it feels very much like that blend of
Yeah, it totally reflects the neighborhood.
yeah, like old and new at the same time.
For sure.
Okay. Cool. One that I wanted to ask about because it was mentioned in some of the research was Mott 32.
Oh, Mott 32.
Tell me about that.
That's a good one. It's like a high-end dim sum place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you're looking for like a really special dim sum experience, that's the place to go.
Okay. What's the vibe like there? Like what?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's like they've got this blend of like industrial chic and
Okay.
traditional Chinese elements. So think like exposed brick walls,
Oh, yeah.
beautiful lighting.
Yeah.
And then, those pops of color and those like intricate details that you see and a lot of Chinese design.
Okay, so it's very, very visual as well.
Yeah, it's a whole experience.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, not just about the food.
Okay. Now, on the total other end of the spectrum, I want to talk about the Sheung Wan Cooked Food Center.
Oh, the Cook Food Center.
Tell me about this.
Okay, so this is like a hidden gem.
Okay.
It's tucked away behind the Ibis Central Hotel, so you could easily walk right past it and not even notice it.
Okay.
But once you're inside, it's like
Yeah.
you stepped into like the heart of Hong Kong's food culture.
Okay, so what kind of stuff can you find there?
Oh, everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got your classic Cantonese dishes.
Okay.
You've got Thai, Vietnamese, even Italian.
Oh, wow.
It's like a microcosm of all the different cuisines you can find in Hong Kong.
Okay, so it's not just for, like, the Cantonese food?
No, no, not at all.
Like, if you want, like, something else.
If you're feeling adventurous.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
find it there.
And it's super affordable, which is great.
Oh, that's always a plus.
Yeah, you can have a delicious meal for like a fraction of what you'd pay at a fancy restaurant.
I like that. And I bet you get that, like, really cool local atmosphere.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you can, like, maybe chat with some of the people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So we've got high-end, we've got, like, local.
Got it all.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So moving beyond food for a second.
yeah.
You mentioned, like, temples.
Oh, yeah. Sheung Wan has some amazing temples.
Yeah, and one that stood out in the research was Man Mo Temple.
Oh, Manmo Temple. That's a classic.
So tell me about it. Like, what?
Okay, so Manmo Temple is one of the oldest and most important temples in all of Hong Kong.
Okay.
It dates back to the 1840s. It's dedicated to Man Shang, the god of literature, and Quan Tai, the god of war.
Okay.
So it's kind of interesting, right? Like you've got this,
Yeah, you got these two,
these two,
like, opposing forces on it.
yeah, it's like a balance,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
which is something you see a lot in Chinese culture, this idea of balance.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And when you step inside Manmo Temple, you can really feel that sense of peace and serenity.
Okay.
Like the air is thick with incense and there's all this like beautiful artwork and these ornate decorations.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really a special place.
Okay. And even if you're not, like,
Right.
super religious.
Yeah, I think anyone can appreciate it.
Yeah, just to kind of, like, see it right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Cool.
It's a nice escape from the city.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so let's talk about Tai Quinn.
Okay, yeah.
Now, this one to me really seems to, like, capture that whole, like, old and new thing.
Oh, Taekwon is the perfect example of that, yeah.
Yeah, so remind me, what is it about Tai Quinn that makes it so cool?
Okay, so it used to be a police station and a prison.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they've transformed it into this, like, vibrant cultural hub.
Okay, so they kept the old building.
Yeah, they kept the old
So I moved into something totally new.
but they completely revitalized it, you know?
Uh-uh.
So now you can, like, walk through the old prison cells, you know, see what it was like back then.
Oh, wow.
And then you turn a corner and you're in an art gallery or a restaurant.
That's so cool.
It's a really cool mix.
Okay.
Yeah. And they've done a really good job of, like, preserving the old architectural details.
Okay.
So you really get a sense of history,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's got this very modern, energetic vibe.
Cool. So you could spend, like, a whole day there, basically.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Okay. And I bet there's some cool, like, photo ops, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
With that,
It's very Instagrammable.
yeah, with, like, that contrast,
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. And then Western Market. I always hear about Western Market.
Western Market, that's an icon.
Yeah.
Tell me, what's
So Western Market is one of the oldest buildings in Hong Kong. It dates back to, like, 1906.
Oh, wow.
It's this beautiful red brick building, very Edwardian style.
Okay.
And it really stands out, amongst all the skyscrapers.
Yeah, it's like a little piece of history that's just, like,
It's like a time capsule.
survived, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And inside, you've got this mix of, like, traditional shops selling fabrics and
Yeah.
souvenirs and
Yeah.
antiques alongside, like, trendy little boutiques and cafes.
Oh, cool. So it's not, like, just,
It's a good mix.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a fun place to just kind of wander around.
yeah, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we've done food, we've done temples, like historical landmarks. What about the art scene?
Oh, yeah. Sheung Wan has a thriving art scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you heard of PMQ?
I have heard of PMQ. I don't know a lot about it. Okay, so PMQ used to be, like, police married quarters.
Okay.
And now it's this, like, Center for Art and Design.
Okay.
So you'll find studios, workshops, shops, all sorts of creative stuff going on there.
So like if you're into like,
Yeah, if you're into arts and crafts or...
art, design, fashion, all that.
Cool.
Yeah, it's the place to be.
Okay, and they actually make stuff there.
Yeah, you can find like handmade ceramics,
So cool.
jewelry,
Yeah.
clothing, all sorts of unique stuff.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's a great place to find gifts, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And they've got a rooftop terrace with amazing views.
Oh, nice.
So you can grab a coffee or a drink and just like enjoy the atmosphere.
Okay, I'm sensing a theme here. Lots of great views in Sheung Wan.
Oh yeah, the views are definitely a highlight
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Cool. All right, so we've covered like a lot of different places in Sheung Wan.
Yeah, we've done a good overview.
Yeah.
I think.
But I'm also curious about like just the streets themselves, you know? Oh, yeah, the streets are what really bring the neighborhood to life.
Yeah, like how would you describe like walking through those streets?
It's almost like you're traveling through time, you know?
Okay.
One minute you're surrounded by these towering skyscrapers.
Yeah.
And then you turn a corner and you're in this like narrow little alleyway
Yeah.
lined with traditional shops. You
Yeah.
can smell the incense, the spices. It's just a
Yeah.
really sensory experience.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, that kind of goes back to that whole contrast thing that we keep talking about, right?
Exactly.
Like old and new.
It's that interplay between the old and the new
Yeah.
that makes Sheung Wan so special.
Yeah. And it's not just like the places, it's how they interact with each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a tapestry, you know, all these different threads woven together.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. So I feel like we've covered a lot in terms of like what Sheung Wan's all about.
Yeah, I think we've given people a good taste of what to expect.
Yeah. And maybe inspired them to do their own like little
Oh, yeah.
explorations.
That's the goal.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so what's next?
So now I want to talk about a few specific places that were mentioned in your research
Okay, sounds good.
that maybe people haven't heard of, like some real hidden gems.
I like it. Let's uncover those hidden gems.
Yeah.
All right, so what have you got?
Okay, the first one is this place called The Pawn.
Oh, the pawn.
Tell me about it.
Oh, the pawn is so cool. It used to be like an actual pawn shop
Oh,
back in the day,
oh,
and now it's this like really trendy restaurant and bar,
okay.
and they've kept a lot of the original features.
Oh, cool.
So you can still see like the old pawn tickets and stuff.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's a really unique atmosphere.
Yeah, so it's not just about the food, it's like the history.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, go.
It's like dining in a museum almost.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. And the food is actually really good too.
Oh, okay.
They've got this like modern European menu.
Okay.
So it's a cool mix of like old and new in terms of the food as well.
Cool, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
And then another one that was mentioned was the Sheung Wan Cooked Food Center.
Oh, the Cooked Food Center. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah, but this time I want to focus on a specific stall there.
Okay, which one?
It's called Ying Hum Yang.
Oh, Ying Hung Yuan. I love that place.
Okay, what's so good there?
Okay, so they make this amazing congee,
Okay.
which is like a rice porridge.
Okay.
But it's not just any congee. It's like super flavorful and silky smooth.
Okay.
And they have all these different toppings you can choose from.
Okay, I like
Like fish, pork, preserved egg, you know, all sorts of things.
Okay, so you can kind of customize it.
Yeah, you can make it your own.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's a great place to go for breakfast or lunch.
Okay, awesome. All right, so moving on from food again,
Yeah.
I want to talk about some of the neighborhoods within Sheung Wan.
Okay, which ones are you thinking of?
So, Devoe Road Central, I feel like I hear that name all the time.
Oh, yeah, Devoe Road Central is like the
Yeah.
main artery of Sheung Wan.
Okay, so that's like the main street.
Yeah, it's like the main drag, you know, it runs right through the neighborhood. And you've got like everything there.
Okay, like what?
You've got shops, restaurants, temples, historical buildings, it's all there.
Okay, so that's kind of a good place to start if you're exploring.
Yeah, it's a good starting point.
Okay, cool. And then Soho. I always hear about Soho. I feel like every city has a Soho.
Yeah, most cities have a Soho.
Yeah.
But Hong Kong Soho is pretty special.
Okay, what's the vibe there?
Okay, so Soho is all about like the nightlife and the dining scene.
Oh,
It's got this really like cool, energetic vibe,
okay.
especially at night.
Okay, so you can find like bars and clubs there.
Oh yeah, tons of bars and clubs and like every
Right.
type of cuisine you can imagine.
Okay, so it's a good spot for like if you want to go out at night.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cool. And then last but not least, Long Kwai Fong.
Oh, Lang Kwai Fong. That's the heart of the nightlife scene.
Right?
Like if you want to party, that's where you go. It's just
Yeah.
like bars and clubs and restaurants all packed into these like narrow little streets.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, so it's very, very lively.
Very lively.
Aye.
Yeah, especially on the weekends.
All right, cool. So we've got like kind of a good range of
Yeah, good mix.
yeah, of neighborhoods.
From like chill to
Yeah.
party central.
Yeah, exactly.
So whatever you're in the mood for, Sheung Wan's got it.
Cool. All right. So I feel like we've done a pretty good job of kind of like setting the scene for Sheung Wan.
Yeah, I think we've covered a lot of ground.
Yeah.
So where do you want to go from here?
So now's the talk about a few more of these serviced apartments.
Okay, more apartments.
Yeah, but these are ones that like maybe people haven't heard of.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Let's delve into the lesser known options.
Yeah, and then I want to like wrap up by like, kind of giving people a sense of, or some, kind of giving people a sense of what it's like to actually be in Sheung Wan.
Okay, yeah, like paint a picture.
Yeah.
Listener.
So the first one I want to talk about is yin.
Oh, yin, that's a good one.
Yeah.
It's known for being really comfortable
Okay.
and a good value for the money.
Okay.
It's in a central location, pretty easy to get around.
Okay, so you're not like way out in the boonies.
No, you're right in the thick of things.
Okay.
Yeah. And they have an on-site fitness center, too.
Oh, nice.
Which is always a plus.
Always a plus.
Yeah. And the rooms are spacious.
Okay.
They actually highlight that in the reviews,
Yeah.
how spacious the rooms are.
Okay. And what's the overall vibe? Like, is it modern or is it more...
It's a mix. It's
Yeah.
got some modern touches, but it's also got that, like, classic Hong Kong feel,
Okay.
I
can dig it.
Yeah. And people mention that it's really clean, which is always important,
Yeah, for sure.
especially when you're traveling.
Okay, cool. What about Beak Lane?
Beak Lane. Okay, so that one is all about the location.
Okay.
It's right in the heart of Sheung Wan,
Okay.
super close to all the restaurants and shops.
Okay, cool.
And they have these really spacious one-bedroom suites.
Oh, nice.
It's like 700 square feet.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty big.
Yeah, that's pretty generous for Hong Kong.
Yeah, that's not a small apartment,
No.
especially in Hong Kong.
Right.
Okay.
And the rental rates are pretty flexible.
Okay.
You can get a suite for like HK $32,000 to HK $36,000 a month,
Okay, so it's not...
depending on the length of your stay and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not super, super pricey.
No, it's actually pretty reasonable.
Okay, cool. And then there's Lily I&I.
Oh, Lily I&I, yeah.
Now, these are a little bit more...
They're definitely on the luxury end.
Yeah. What makes them luxurious?
Okay, so you've got your spacious apartments,
Okay.
fully equipped kitchens, of course,
Okay.
and they have access to fitness centers and pools.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's all about that. Like,
So, like, the amenities.
yeah, those extra amenities.
Okay.
And the pricing reflects that, of course.
Right.
So studios start at HK $35,000 a month.
Okay.
One bedroom, HK $45,000.
Okay.
And two bedrooms, HK $55,000.
Okay, so not...
Not cheap,
Yeah,
but you're getting
but you're getting a lot.
a lot for your money.
Okay, cool.
Anyway,
All right, and then 2 McDonald Road.
Kumikana Road. Okay, so this one is interesting. It's
Mm.
got a mix of comfort and convenience.
Okay.
It's in Central, but it's in a quieter, more residential area.
Okay, so maybe not. Like,
if you're not living,
right on top of all the craziness?
no, you're a little bit removed from the hustle and bustle.
Okay.
Yeah, which can be nice if you're looking for a bit of peace and quiet.
Yeah, definitely.
And they have options for short and long-term stays.
Okay.
So it's pretty flexible.
Cool. All right, and then last but not least, the Gauge.
The Gauge. Okay, so this one is all about style.
Okay.
It's got this really, like, sleek, modern design.
Okay.
But it's also in a historic building.
Oh, cool.
So you've got that, like, cool contrast of old and new.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. And is it central?
Yeah, it's in Central, so easy to get around.
Okay.
Yeah. And they have a gym and a rooftop garden,
Oh, nice.
which is a nice bonus.
Rooftop gardens are always a good thing,
Always a good thing,
especially in a city like Hong Kong.
especially in a city like Hong Kong. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, the Gauge is a good option if you're looking for something stylish and convenient.
Okay, cool. All right. So we've talked about like a lot of different serviced apartments in Sheung Wan.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, everything from like super budget friendly to like,
To luxury.
yeah, super luxury.
Yeah.
But now I want to like zoom out a little bit
Okay.
and like talk about the overall vibe of Sheung Wan.
Yeah, like what it feels like to actually be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay. So imagine you've just arrived in Hong Kong.
Okay.
You've checked into your serviced apartment.
Yeah.
You're ready to explore Sheung Wan.
Let's go.
What's the first thing you notice?
I think the first thing you notice is the energy,
Okay.
It's like this constant hum of activity.
Okay.
People are rushing around.
Right.
Shops are opening up.
Yeah.
Street vendors are setting up their stalls.
Okay.
It's a very lively atmosphere.
So it's not like sleepy.
No, no,
No.
not at all. It's
Okay.
very much awake.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then what about the sounds?
The sounds, oh man, there are so many sounds.
Yeah.
You've got the traffic, of course,
Great.
but then you've also got like the music for the shops, the chatter of people on the street.
Yeah.
Maybe some construction in the distance.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like,
It's like a symphony of city sounds.
yeah, symphony of city sounds. Exactly.
Yeah, cool. What
Yeah.
about the smells?
Oh, the smells. Those are interesting.
Yeah.
Because you've got like this mix of like sweet and savory.
Okay.
So you might smell like freshly baked pastries from a bakery,
Okay.
but then right next to it, you might smell like stir-fried noodles from a street food stall.
Yeah, that's a good mix.
Yeah. And then there's like the incense from the temples,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
It's a very unique blend of aromas.
Okay. Cool. And then what about like visually? What are you seeing?
Visually, it's a feast for the eyes.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
You've got these towering skyscrapers, but then you've also got these like old colonial era buildings.
Right.
And then you've got like the street art, the neon signs.
Yeah.
It's just, there's so much to take in.
Okay, so you're not going to get bored walking around.
No, you're definitely not going to get bored.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a very visually stimulating place.
Okay. All right. So we've talked about the energy, the sounds, the smells, the sights. What about like the overall feeling?
The overall feel, I think it's a sense of excitement, you know?
Okay.
Like there's this buzz in the air, like anything is possible.
Okay.
You know, it's a place where people come to make things happen.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
It's very like, entrepreneurial.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
It's got that entrepreneurial spirit.
Cool. Okay. So I feel like we've done a pretty good job of like
Yeah, right.
transporting people to Sheung Wan.
We've painted a good picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I want to leave people with like a thought.
Oh, okay.
If you could only do one thing in Sheung Wan,
Yeah.
what would it be?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Right. There's so much to do.
Yeah, there really is.
So many choices.
I think if I could only do one thing,
Yeah.
it would be to just wander.
Okay.
Yeah, just wander through the streets
Okay.
with no real plan, you know.
Yeah.
Just like let the neighborhood guide me.
Okay, yeah, and kind of see where you end up.
Exactly. See where I end up. Exactly.
Yeah, and just kind of like soak it all in.
Yeah, just soak it all in.
Yeah. Yeah, because that seems to be like the theme that keeps coming up, right?
It does, doesn't it?
It's like,
It's about the exploration, the discovery,
yeah, and like even those little like,
the unexpected moments.
yeah, like the side streets and like the little shops. And,
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's where the magic happens, you know?
Yeah, I like that. All right, cool. Well, I think this has been a pretty awesome deep dive into Sheung Wan.
Yeah, I think we've covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, hopefully we've given people a good, overview of what to expect.
Yeah, and maybe even inspired them to visit,
Yeah, for sure.
or at least do a little more research,
Yeah, exactly.
their own little deep dive
Yeah,
into Sheung Wan.
awesome. All right, well, thanks for joining us on this journey.
Thanks for having me.
And we will catch you on the next deep dive.
Sounds good.